Hi guys, how have you guys been? How have you all been doing? My name is Ronali, and today my video is going to be talking about businesses that you can do in Canada. Okay, we all want that side income. Okay, we all want that financial freedom. Who doesn't want it? Especially in Canada, where bills are strangulating your neck. Okay, so we all want that extra something. So I'm going to be dividing this series into two. Okay, I have my book here. So because it's a lot, so I'm going to be doing it and dividing it into two. Okay. So when you talk about businesses in Canada, I'm going to be dividing it into physical businesses that you can do and also digital businesses you can do. Okay. So this video is going to be in two. And on this one, I'm going to be starting with the physical businesses that you can actually do in Canada. Okay. Most often overlooked, but then again, there is money if you're good at it and, you know, if you're able to push it. Okay. So, let's get into it. Okay. We all want to make money. If if you know me, you know I'm a very business person. Anywhere you're talking about businesses, how you can make money, one or two, you see me there. You will find me there. I love to do business and I love to make money. Okay. Most times execution is the problem, but I have ideas. I have ideas of businesses to do. So I'm just going to be running you guys through some physical businesses that you can start in Canada, especially for those of you that are still back home, back wherever you are, where the labor might be cheaper or the cost of learning might be cheaper. Please take advantage of the waiting in the pool can be a long wait, so you can take advantage of the time you have and go get yourself one or two skills. They will save your life. So like I said, this video is about the physical businesses, like businesses that physical you need to do physically. Number one, I'm going to start with selling of African food stuff. Yes, we're we're Africans, okay, and we're in a foreign land, would always want to have a touch of home, you know. So African food would forever be in demand, okay. And sometimes is people just want to get it right now and here and now. So you can start that if you know how to do the preservation and how to do the shipping and how to import it in, and you've done your calculations, you've done your findings and your research, and you know how to bring unique stuff that people would always look for. Example, low cost beans, more, and all the good stuff. Yeah, that is one business that would never go out of fashion and it's in high demand. People would always eat. Okay. So, food, local, traditional food stuff. You can also do it from the comfort of your house. If you have a garage, or you can do it in there, build your shelves and your freezers. You can do that. Okay. Now put a mix of frozen food, from here. People we source it from here. Turkey, chicken. There's good money there. Okay. So the first one would be food stuff. Okay. That can be done. You don't even need to get a shop. You can do it from the comfort of your house. Okay. So that's the first one, food stuff. The second one will be the beauty market. Okay. And the beauty market is wide. Okay. So I'm just going to be breaking it down into subsection, but we're going to start with wig revamping. Okay. So if you're still back home and you have a lot of time on your hands, go and learn and you have the flair for it. Okay. I think that's the first thing, the flair. If you don't have flair for it, you can try, but to me, if you have a flair for something, makes it a whole lot better. Okay. So wig revamping, please go and learn how to revamp. My girl Oyinda Molazila Hair Beauty revamps all my wigs here. Okay. She just came to Canada and that's what she does. She revamps all my wigs. Okay, shout out to Yidamola of Zilla Beauty. Okay, she does that. So you can learn how to revamp wigs, and also you can learn how to lay frontals. If you know how to do those two, you are in money. Okay, so the other day a friend of mine wanted to lay her frontal and she was charged $100. Yes. So people charge as much as that for that service. Okay. It's their service. You can't, I mean, go and do it by yourself if you think it's very expensive. Okay. So if you have the time and, go and learn how to revamp wigs and lay frontals. This place, people do a lot of wig wearing, and, when the wig is rough, you don't throw it away. It's not a disposable something. So we'll revamp it, and those people, they'll help you. If you know how to do it, you'll get the tools and get the skills. The market is large. Okay, there are women in New Brunswick that wear a lot of wigs. Okay, and also in that beauty section, you can also learn how to do hair, your regular braids, and also cornrows, your day-to-day cornrows. People want to keep their hair neat under their wig. That's a very lucrative one. Okay, there's people always want to do their children's hair, they want to make their hair. So that is that. Another aspect of the beauty section would be makeup. Clock it. People always do parties, shoots. Everybody wants to look good. I everybody wants to look good. Okay, so if you know how to do makeup, or you want to learn, that's a very, very lucrative business. People charge as high as $120, $90, depending on, how good they are, and, their pricing. That's their pricing to determine. And again, if you think it's too expensive, do your makeup by yourself. So if you want that professional touch, we have makeup artists, and the market is wide. So that's a skill to learn. Another one would be the permanent makeup skill. And that's people that do like microblading. Yes. And your lashes, your eyelash, and pedicure and manicure. That is another skill that if you have, you can convert to cash. Okay. And for the beauty, I think that's about sums it up. Any one of them, or if you know how to do a couple of them together, that's you're sitting on a gold mine. Okay. So I'm gonna move on to the fashion aspect of businesses online. Okay. So if you know how to sew dresses, or you know how to if you know how to sew, you'll be able to amend. Okay, so I know how to sew, and I amend clothes for people, at my own time. So that's another gold mine. People sew clothes for as high as $250, and the amendments, depending on what the client wants to do, it may vary. Okay, so that's another business you can look into. Just get yourself a good machine, get yourself a brand new machine. I got some machines on Facebook, and I found that with machines, like things like that, it's better to get brand new, so you're not buying and buying again. Um, that's a third one. Another business that I would recommend would be cleaning. Cleaning is often underlooked, but it's a gold mine. Okay, so if you come and you know how to clean, you can clean people's houses and you don't mind. You can clean people's houses. People have a lot of Airbnbs that they run, and they're too tired to clean it, they need cleaners. And this one I might recommend for students that are looking for quick money to make, or anybody. I don't want to say just students, right? Anybody. You can also take it a step ahead, take it a notch ahead, to open up a cleaning outfit. Have people have like a chain of cleaners that you would send to different locations. And the different type of cleaning, you can clean people's houses, clean Airbnbs like I mentioned. And also, and this is for a larger scale, like if you've been able to scale and get people that will clean for you, like cleaners that work for you if you've been able to scale, there's post construction cleaning. They build houses every now and then, and they look for people that would be able to clean for them, and that's some good money. Also, people sell houses every now and then. When they sell it, they want to clean it like a used house. People want to clean the whole building. So, those are actual opportunities that, you can make money from. That's about the fourth thing now. Okay, the next thing will be there's a gap for drivers, okay, driving concierge services, okay. And I'm going to put it this way. So if you have your license and you know how to drive and you maybe have a car, we need people. There are always demands for people that will do like interstate delivery, or even within the province delivery, or even people that want to go to different provinces. Like, I want to go from here, Moncton, to Nova Scotia, and I don't want to drive. I need somebody that will drive me there. If you can offer your service, people charge as high as $300, 250, 350, 400. Yes, depending on, you know, availability, the timing, and all that. People charge as high as that. So if you love to drive and you feel like driving is your thing, you can make some cool money there. And you just put it there, groups, there are resources that you can use to do your advert. You can put on Facebook Market is a very good tool. I'm going to get back to that. Okay, let me not digress. So, driving concierge services, you can pick people from the airport when they just land, deliver stuff, transport people from province to province. That is a gold mine as well. Okay. So, another business idea that is physical will be rentals. Okay, so rental is that's not a skill, that is capital intensive, but in the long run it pays off, because often with rentals you just buy the item once. Mostly it's a one-off type of purchase, and then you just be making your money thereon. Okay, so rentals of stuff like coolers, chaffing dish, that is for caterers that might want to present their food. They will need the chaffing dish. And also rentals of chairs and tables for parties. That's also a very lucrative one. People want to do house parties, they want to do summer parties, they want to do games nights, they want to do get-togethers. They will need chairs. They won't sit down on the floor, right? So that's a very good one to look into. Okay, so that's the rental. Another business idea physically would be photography. Oh, photography. There's a lot of money in photography, especially in abroad. Okay, so photography, if you're a very good photographer and you know how to edit, that's a gold mine. People want to do photo shoots. People want to, capture their milestones, and they need people that are good at it to do that for them. And in the light of photography, if you're also a very good content creator, the content creator, videography thing, it's in vogue now. A lot of people, they don't only want to stop at capturing the pictures, they want highlights. Okay, they want moments. They want to be able to capture moments of their parties, of the whatever engagement they might be doing. That's a gold mine. Okay, if you know how to edit, and you know how to take pictures and good videos, and every day you take pictures for your friends, you take videos for your friends, and they're just here. Oh, nice, you know how to take good angles. Monetize it. Monetize it. Okay, so that's a very lucrative one to do as well. And people want to launch products, you can also do videography of their products and all that good stuff. That's also a very lucrative one. Okay. The next business idea would be, um, and this one might be towards the guys, for plumbing. If you know how to render plumbing services, or you can just learn. If you're still like back home, you can learn. People's pipes and everything get bust every now and then, and they're looking for who would help them to do it. That's also a very good one. Another business idea that might be tending towards the guys as well. I mean, I don't like to segregate, but I mean, there are gender roles. Some genders perform better in some different things, and that's on to God be the glory. So another one I would say would be assembling of furnitures. If you're a lady or a guy that you have flair for assembling furnitures, like people buy furnitures from IKEA, Wayfair, Amazon, and they need people to fix it. Like, if I buy anything from any of these places, I am fixing nothing by myself because I don't have any Bob the Builder skills in me. Okay. So I'm definitely going to be needing the service of any of these people, right? So if you have that skill, people are looking for people to assemble stuff from for them every now and then. Okay. So you're sitting on a gold mine, put yourself out there, and you'll be smiling to the bank. Those monies might not make you rich, but then again, it'll be able to help with, your day-to-day living expenses, your groceries, your transportation, and yeah, that's good money. Okay. Side hustle is what we called it. Okay. So I mean, if you're able to scale to something bigger, then that's good for you. Okay. So that's another business idea. Another one that I would say would be um decoration, like event management, decoration, and the surprise concierge thing. Okay, people want to do events, they want their events to look good, so they might need at first planners. Okay, because we're in the abroad. Okay, you don't want to do your event, and at the end of your event you don't want to be packing the plates by yourself, but if you can, that's okay. So and so it's just better to get an event planner that will handle the logistics, and you would just go about your events not so worried. So you an event planner, if you're good in event planning, or you can look into that. Also events decoration, right? We also want our events to look good. You can't just walk into a beer hall. You want to have the balloons, the chandeliers, the table toppings, the plates. You want to have everything looking impeccable. You would need an event decorator to pull that up for you. Okay, so you might not be able to do it yourself unless maybe it's just a small scale party and indoor stuff. You can do a DIY on that one, but if you're doing like a proper party, you might want to get an event decorator. Okay, so that's a business you can look into if you're into events, you know how to do stuff like that. That's a gold mine. Also, the other aspect would be the surprise concierge. Okay, people want to gift their loved ones gifts, package, like gift packages for birthdays. You want to have somebody do a gift basket and go surprise them. That's also in now, right? It's also a business idea. If you have any gift package, if you know how to make beautiful stuff, you know how to curate a lovely gift basket, that's a gold mine. People are looking for that every now and then. Okay, they want their loved ones to feel very special. That's a gold mine. You can look into that if that's your vibe. Okay. Another business idea, physical business idea, will be, I think I've covered for the physical business ideas right about now that I know of. Okay, so I'm going to do a sequel. There's still a lot more, but for the physical businesses that you can try to do in Canada, this is the part one. Okay, I'm going to do a part two on the online businesses you can try, and also a sequel to that as well. But for now, these are some businesses you can lay your hands on. And okay, so it's one thing to have the idea or the know how, and it's another thing to, push the business. And in Canada, I find that the easiest and best and most effective way to push all of that would be Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace. Do not sleep on it. Do not sleep on it. Most Canadians, when they want to get something done, believe you me, the first one or two, three places they are checking is Facebook Marketplace. So put yourself out there, put your flyer, put your, physical evidences of your work, put it on Facebook. Okay. Normally, most people are like, oh, I don't like Facebook. Facebook Marketplace, you cannot not have Facebook Marketplace if you want to do any of these businesses. That is your number one engine for pushing your business in Canada, your side hustle in Canada. That's very good. Also, you can rely on your, community groups. You can rely on, referrals. Yes, referral is also very effective. So you can rely on your Facebook Marketplace. You can rely on your community group. You can rely on referrals. You can also open, your page. You can also open a website and have pages on your different social medias like Instagram, TikTok, and stuff like that. But like I said, referrals, Facebook Marketplace, do not sleep on that. So I hope you're able to pick one or two businesses out of all these businesses that I mentioned. And I'm going to come with a sequel of these business ideas so that, you're able to implement any of them. And yeah, and ChatGPT is there for you. Okay. So if you get stuck, you're looking for how to implement, you can, take advantage of ChatGPT or Claude and, implement, create your flyers. Yeah, thank you very much for listening. And, come again to catch the sequeling part to this businesses that you can do on Canada, in Canada. Okay, till next time. Bye, guys.